One of the main personalities that we come across when it comes to Chanukah, I suppose, is Aristotle. Aristotle was the father of Greek philosophy, as we know it. And really the main theme behind Greek philosophy is all the enormity and the profundity and the power of nature. And that's really all that is behind a Greek philosophy. The strength of a person's sport, theatre, drama, buildings, dress, physical features and physical strength. Everything is to do with physical strength and nature. That is the principle behind Greek philosophy. In the Torah HaKadosh, we believe much more than that. There is also a spirit of person, a spiritual life, not just a physical life. Much more, much deeper than that. And that is really the basis of the clash between Torah philosophy and Greek philosophy. When we come to understand that, meaning I suppose we're talking about the introduction, the beginning of Darwinism, because really that's where it became from. The theory of nature and the brilliance of nature and the power of nature, I suppose, really comes as the theory from Greek philosophy. Maybe that's the basis of all secular thought. There is an interesting incident that happened some time ago in Beit Lagan in Jerusalem. One of the great Rosh Yeshivas, Rabbi Alpren, came into a fruit and vegetable store with a student, with a Talmud, and they stood in the store. As they were waiting there, a secular Jew came in and stood there also in the store. The secular Jew turned around and said to the Rosh Yeshiva, "Ein bar habayis, where is the proprietor?" And the Rosh Yeshiva turned around and said, "Ein bar habayis, there is no proprietor here." Immediately, the secular Jew turned around and said as follows, "What do you mean? Atam shugah, you're foolish. Of course there is a bar habayis here." What the Rosh Yeshiva meant, he wasn't here at the moment. But the secular Jew thought that the Rosh Yeshiva had meant there is no proprietor here. Once the Rosh Yeshiva heard that, he had this sunny idea. He said, "No, I'll explain to you what happened." Meaning in answer to this secular Jew who had said, "Atam shugah, of course there must be a bar habayis, of course there must be a proprietor." What happened was the Rosh Yeshiva said, "No, I'll explain to you what happened here. In this store, what happened was, yesterday there was a big explosion, and gassing came up, and there were clouds, and all of a sudden in one corner went the apples, and the potatoes went over here, and the cucumbers fell over. There was a gassing, and from the gassing, the cucumbers sat here, and the tomatoes came here, and that's what happened, and the onions came here." And the man turned around, and the secular Jew says, "You're completely crazy. What do you think happened here?" The Rosh Yeshiva listened to what the secular Jew turned around, and then turned around and said as follows, "My dear friend, let me explain something to you. I explain this ridiculous theory just in one store. You say the whole world is like that. The whole world, according to secular thought, is there were gassing, there was explosions, and the tomatoes fell here, and the potatoes fell here. Don't you realize how foolish your theory is? Of course there's a bar habayis. Of course there's a proprietor. You don't see him. That's the point. He's not known. He's there beyond our understanding. And that is really one of the reasons why, when we say the words Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, the word Elokeinu means the dynamic force that we see, all the powers in creation. Yud and Hey and then Vav and Hey, Hashem's name, is a hidden entity. When we address the Almighty, there are two names. There's the name of Yud and Hey, the letters which we use, which we refer to as Master of all. And the word Elokeinu means the dynamic, the creator, the supervisor. And that's the nature, really, if you look carefully, of every bracha that we say. There is Baruch atah Hashem, blessed be you, God, with Yud and K, which we don't understand. And Elokeinu is the dynamic creator. And that's the point which we must try and learn when we come to Chanukah. As much as the Greek philosophy said everything is brilliant and the power of nature, but there's much more than the power of nature. What there is also is the hidden entity of the Almighty, and that's the nature of the creation.